Welcome to this comprehensive overview of the science of learning, a synthesis for professional educators, published by Deans for Impact. Deans for Impact aims to bridge the gap between rigorous cognitive science and everyday classroom practice. We will explore how the mind takes in, processes, stores, and retrieves information. Deans for Impact is a national nonprofit that bridges cognitive science and educational practice. This collaborative report, developed with leading scientists, translates complex psychological principles into clear, actionable classroom strategies for all teachers. Let's begin with our first core question. How do students understand new ideas? The foundational takeaway is that learning is cumulative. Students must relate new ideas to what they already know. Students learn by integrating new material into existing knowledge structures, or schemas. Without connecting to prior knowledge, new information feels abstract and is quickly forgotten. Successful understanding requires mentally integrating new material into these existing schemas. To apply this, use analogies as bridges from the known to the unknown, but clarify where comparisons fit and break down. Ensure well-sequenced curricula so students have prerequisite facts before tackling complex ideas. Use cueing with questions before learning to direct attention to relevant prior knowledge. A major pitfall is assuming students' prior knowledge is active or correct. Students often harbor incorrect beliefs. You must actively surface and correct these errors. If prior knowledge is flawed or inactive, new information can be corrupted. Next, we examine the bottleneck of memory. This concept is crucial for understanding how students process new information. Working memory is a conscious, narrow workspace. Overwhelming it with too much information or distractions causes cognitive overload, halting the learning process. We must manage this precious workspace carefully to allow encoding into long-term memory. Reduce cognitive load by pacing explanations and modeling carefully. Use worked examples to focus attention on the solution process. Utilize dual modality by speaking while showing complementary graphics, distributing the load across visual and auditory channels. Our next question is, how do students retain information? Understanding content in the moment doesn't guarantee future retention. Students remember what they think about. To move information to long-term memory, they must process the meaning of the content. Assign tasks that require explaining how or why to focus attention on deep conceptual meaning. The structure of practice matters immensely. Massed learning, or cramming, creates an illusion of mastery. Distributing review over weeks or months, known as spaced practice, outperforms single-session intensive practice, leading to high mastery and long-term fluency. Interleaving practice mixes different problem types, helping students select the right strategy. Retrieval practice, like low-stakes quizzes, strengthens memory by actively pulling information out. Effortful thinking, challenging but doable, strengthens memory trace for easier future access. Finally, let's explore the critical role of feedback. Practice without feedback means students may encode errors into long-term memory. Effective feedback must be specific and clear, focusing on the task, not the student's talent. It should be explanatory, providing strategies for monitoring, reflection, and include motivational support, framed by care and high expectations. Regarding timing, immediate feedback is best for skills, while delayed feedback often helps conceptual retention. Beware of ego threat. Use growth-oriented language and manageable steps to preserve emotional safety and progress. Next, we address the common confusion surrounding problem-solving and transfer. Critical thinking and problem-solving are not context-free general skills. Skill is built on knowledge. Strong domain knowledge and automated facts, like math facts, free up working memory for higher-level problem-solving. When facts are automated, the cognitive capacity for deep thinking increases. To promote transfer, have students compare problems that share deep logic but look different on the surface. Start with concrete examples and fade toward abstract symbols. Analyzing incorrect examples strengthens conceptual understanding of why procedures work. Our fifth core question is, what motivates students? Contrary to popular belief, motivation often follows learning and success rather than preceding it. Motivation is unlocked by cultivating mastery, autonomy, and belonging. Break tasks into manageable steps to ensure early success. Give students agency in their choices and foster a safe environment where all contributions are valued. A key addition to this edition is the focus on self-regulated learning, or SRL. This process involves students actively planning their goals, monitoring their progress, and reflecting on what worked for the next cycle of learning. To balance challenge and support, use explicit instruction to teach students metacognitive skills like self-testing. Encourage productive struggle, reminding students that effortful retrieval strengthens memory. Reframe difficulty as a sign of neural growth. Finally, we must address and debunk common educational misconceptions known as neuromyths that persist in schools. The first myth is the 10% brain usage rule. In reality, the entire brain is active and collaborative. The second is the left versus right brain myth. Complex thinking requires holistic, bilateral cooperation between both hemispheres. The most damaging myth is the preferred learning styles rule. Scientific evidence shows that matching instruction to a preferred style does not improve comprehension. Multimodality, such as dual coding, benefits all learners by maximizing processing efficiency. We must also distinguish performance from learning. Flawless practice is an illusion of immediate performance, not proof of durable learning. Furthermore, the expert curse means teachers must actively remember to scaffold skills that now feel automatic to them. To conclude, remember this defining quote: "Understanding is remembering in disguise." Powerful, independent thinking is built on automated facts, deep conceptual schemas, and metacognitive awareness. Let's build durable mental infrastructure. This video is based on The Science of Learning, 2nd edition, by Deans for Impact. I encourage you to visit deansforimpact.org for the full report and practical toolkits. Thank you.